Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to season 2 of the Don't Know Ball podcast. Done a little bit differently this time over Discord. My name is Isaac Ishringhausen, and as always, I'm joined by Josh Coloni and Lucas Dalton. And gentlemen, it's been a long, almost 2 months now since we've last recorded. How are you all doing?
Well, I'm glad not to be in school. I like this. I don't like not being in person to do this more, but I like not having to do the school aspect. So it's great. It really is.
I felt that.
I don't miss school.
I don't either. I don't even miss it a little bit.
Josh, have you noticed that one class that we both need doesn't have a professor for it yet?
And did you see the email that we got the other day about how they're not going to hire a bunch of professors because they don't have money?
Yes.
Of course we're not.
So
you genuinely think you'll
can't
find
wait to have
though.
a conversation with somebody if that doesn't happen.
Yeah.
Me either, honestly.
Conversation is light.
That's not going to be a friendly one, but that's it's still June. That's an August problem. I'm going to try not to think about it.
I mean, nobody's going to be able to have their financial aid either because that's a whole nother thing.
Fuck, they might as well just delay the school year. I don't care how far we're at. They're so fucked up. I don't know.
They might as well just forget like Lindenwood and
give everybody their degree and tell them.
Yes.
I don't know.
I'm fine with that. I'm fine with you just handing me a degree.
It's like 3 classes to be forgiven. It's fine.
Because I genuinely believe they're going to cut communication after we graduate.
Well, they can't have it much longer.
I mean, there's only going to be like 30 of them left after we graduate. So I don't know what they're going to do.
And I feel like the quality goes down with this graduating class. No offense to anybody that doesn't graduate.
100%. Like, yes.
It sounds really mean to say, but...
Well...
You're not technically wrong.
Yeah. But that is not my problem. I'll come back and watch their sports when it's convenient.
Yes.
I don't care.
Lindenwood baseball.
Maybe they'll produce another major leaguer. Our resident Lindenwood alumni has cracked the majors this year again.
Yes. Jeff Hartley or whatever. Yeah. Did he get DFA'd again or something?
Yep, sure did.
Oh.
I was unaware that we had a major leaguer.
Really?
Yeah.
He's not.
Jeff Hartley.
Yeah, I can't say this. I've interviewed him, but I have to be truthful. He's not very good.
Yeah, he's not. Did he get DFA'd by the Rockies?
Yep, he is 64 games in the big leagues and a career 7.37 ERA.
You just said DFA'd by the Rockies?
Yep, he got lit up.
You know your career's in the dumps when you get DFA'd by the Rockies. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Well,
no offense to whatever Rockies fans we might have out there.
We don't. Because they don't exist.
To be honest.
I don't know if they exist.
I've never met a Rockies fan, so.
Beautiful stadium.
Gorgeous stadium.
I really want to go.
I've been there. We left early because of a rain delay before a game, but it is definitely a very pretty stadium.
I watched Harrison Bader's grand slam in that stadium.
I remember that game.
Me too, because it was a fun back and forth game. I lost my voice, my phone almost died. I made a very bad tattoo bet that I haven't yet to follow through on.
Oh, what was that?
Those are the best tattoo bets.
So it was me, my cousin, and my sister. My sister at the time was like a huge Harrison Bader fan, like every female baseball fan in St. Louis. Yep, exactly. And when he came up with the bases loaded, it was like, a 1 or 2 run game. And the entire game, my cousin and I were giving my sister so much crap about how he's a bad hitter. And I said, if he hits a grand slam, I'll get his name tattooed on my ass. First pitch, here's the conversation I have with myself in my head. The second that ball's off the bat, I'm like, go foul, go. God damn it, that's not going foul.
See, I swear when you're at the game, they hear you.
They must hear me.
One time I took my grandpa to a game. It was against the Rays, and Adeiny Hechavarria was up. I don't know if you guys remember him. They give me defensive shortstop can't hit, and my grandpa's like, man, we're going to give up a home run here. I'm like, nah, this guy can't hit. We're good. And he
Sorry.
next one.
picture just fucking.
Just, you know what? It's not
nothing.
It's not bad. It's just
like
not
my
very
queen.
good.
That was not what I was expecting.
I see what they're going for.
I don't know what I was expecting, but it wasn't that.
No, I expected something way off, and it's really not. I mean, it's not close, but it's not that far off.
That's great. Breakout superstars.
Well, I don't know.
That's
if we
what
have
we're going
any
to talk about.
Superstars, but
Or breakout. Well, there is. Well, I don't know. Do you count Gunnar Henderson as a?
I go to Gunnar Henderson's baseball reference page every day. Every day. And I wouldn't call him a
breakout because of the defending rookie of the year, but like.
Yeah, like, I mean, he had a good year last year, and he's still only 22.
Right.
So a breakout's really not the word I'd use. I think it's, honestly, I'd say it's expected. But it's definitely, he has some kind of knack for hitting leadoff home runs. It's kind of impressive.
Yeah, what does he have, 25, 26 home runs?
20, I think he had 26 tonight, but 25 before Baseball Reference got updated. And let me see how many of those are leadoff. I think most of them are leadoff.
That's crazy too.
Crazy. Yes, that's insane. And the fact that he's like the same age as us is insane.
I don't know how to.
Yeah, he's like a year younger than me, which is just insane. Makes me think makes me wonder where I went wrong in life.
He is.
Yeah, you're not hitting.
I felt that. He is
25
something.
home runs. Yes, he is something.
Hit 30 tonight, which is also
Jesus. Something. So I'm looking through like the teams in the AL. I don't know if there's really breakout players anywhere.
Yeah, I feel like I'm looking for home run leaders. There's nothing crazy.
I feel like you can make the argument that Bobby Witt Jr. is kind of having a breakout. It's like he's finally starting to look like the superstar that he was hyped up to be whenever he got called up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm fair with it. Yeah, that's a fair game state.
There's really nobody else though. It's like if you look at the Central, like, I mean, the Guardians, like, Stephen Kwan is not supposed to be hitting as good as he is, but he's known for that. Outside of this,
he's batting like 500 since he was activated from the IL, or some stupid number like that.
Yeah, he is.
That's worth. I mean, that's.
Isn't he like on pace for 400?
He's batting 385. So yeah.
Okay.
He has
he could realistically reach it.
Oh yeah, he has no power, but he still has an OPS over 1,000 because of his average and on base. Like his slugging's nothing crazy, but like 443 on base is nutty. That's insane numbers. Jurickson Profar.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
That
Jurickson Profar is breaking out. Yeah.
Year 12 in the big leagues, and he finally figured it out. It's good. I mean, good for him. I like to see that.
But it's like, it's really outside of that. Well, like, I don't know. Do you want to count like Connor Wong on the Red Sox? Like, I don't know.
Well,
I don't know because I feel like that might be just a short stretch.
Batting 330 as a catcher, I don't know. When you have a guy this is his third year in the league and he batted 230 last year. I don't know. Maybe he's 28. It could just be a hot stretch.
I was gonna say if he keeps it up for the rest of the year, then I would call it a breakout. But right now, I think it's nothing more than a hot stretch.
He's worth watching. But
that's just my opinion.
I mean, if you have if he does this, a catcher that bats 300 and plays good defense, he's gonna become like really highly regarded very quickly. Because that's a unique skill set. There's not too many catchers in baseball that do that right now. I think of 5, maybe. So go Connor Wong.
I know Adley would be up there for me.
I have Adley, in terms of Contreras brothers.
Yeah, that's fair.
Paul Skeens.
Oh yeah, he's fun.
Yep. Paul Skeens is having a breakout. He has more than lived up to the hype that he came into the season with.
Speaking of live, he's really living the life. If you get what I'm putting down.
Yeah, that he is.
That might have been the dumbest thing I've heard you say.
I saw.
I love you, Josh, but
Hey,
that was so corny.
I mean, it came to my mind. I didn't have time to think on that one. But yeah, he's really living the life. I saw a picture of them on a boat, a raft, or some sort of floating thing on the Allegheny
Yeah, I
River.
think I saw.
I don't know. Lucky man.
He has yet to lose a game in his 8 starts. 2.14 ERA, 61 strikeouts, and 46 in the third innings pitch. That's insane for a 22-year-old.
Jeff Passan made a tweet the other day after his start. I thought it might have been a little bit crazy, but I don't know. That he should be an all-star, and I don't know. I mean,
who on the Pirates is better than him?
Bear with
Brian Reynolds.
No. I don't think Brian Reynolds
is good, but I feel like left field is such a highly touted spot. Like you can find a different representative. I would go with Mitch Keller.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's the answer. I would say, but I don't know. It's like
he's not as good as Skeens, but it's a
what's
full
the other
season.
rookie on that team? I'm blanking on his name.
Who's
Jared Jones?
Oh yeah, that guy's really good too.
Yeah.
Either of them.
Yeah, I feel like you could beat. Not that Paul Skeens isn't deserving of it, but when you've only made 8 starts, I mean, it's kind of hard to put you in that. Yeah, I mean,
I feel
whereas guys
if he's an all-star, that's because of his prospect status. It has nothing. I mean, he has off to a good start. Don't get me wrong, but you don't make a guy an all-star after 40 innings. That's just that you can't. You don't do that.
Yeah,
I agree.
They might have a reliever. No, they don't have a reliever.
No, because Bednar.
Colin Hollerman. Yeah, Bednar sucks. Wow.
Yeah, that's my take. That was awful. Remember what I said?
Well, I remember when we did our predictions. I said that Juan Soto would be MVP in the AL, and the sleeper would be Gunnar Henderson, and I was fucking on it. I have never made a good prediction like that before.
We could look back at some of those. Hold on. So, Josh, you said Juan Soto was going to win MVP, which I think I also said that. I think I said for the NL that Bryce Harper was going to win MVP. That's looking pretty okay right now, except the fact that Ohtani's better.
I don't know, because if I had a vote, I don't think I would give it to Ohtani or Betts or anyone on the Dodgers just because of how stacked that lineup is. I feel like if I had a vote, I would give it to Harper if the season ended today. Obviously, we still have 4 more months of the season left to go, 3 or 4, something like that. So it's way too early, but yeah, I know I predicted Adley to be the AL MVP. That one doesn't look like it's going to happen, and my sleeper was Bobby Witt, which
maybe
I'm kind of liking that as a sleeper, honestly.
I have a crazy thought on who I think NL MVP should be. Marcell
Ozuna. Yeah. He's now. Did we hold him hitless in the 3 games?
Because he's a DA.
That is the only knock. And I would put Harper up in the top 3, and I agree with you with Ohtani because the Dodgers, that lineup's crazy. It's the easy choice.
And Ohtani bats leadoff now.
But Jurickson Profar
actually
probably get some looks too.
Yes, Jurickson Profar, and yes, Shohei Ohtani is batting leadoff right now.
I don't like that.
Holy crap.
He's hit 3 leadoff home runs, I think, since he's been there for 10 games or something, and has an RBI in 10 straight games, which is a Dodgers record. But my AL Cy Young pick, which y'all thought I was crazy for, was Corbin Burns, and he's 8-3 with a 2.3 ERA this year.
I feel like I said Garrett Cole.
Who was?
That feels like something I would have said.
I don't remember who y'all said.
Or Luis Castillo.
Oh, you know what? I think I said Luis Castillo as a sleeper. I remember pulling that out of my head like I was the smartest guy in the room, and I don't even see. He's 25th in the AL in an ERA, so that's not going to happen.
Yeah.
Shout
for
out
NL,
Eric
I said Spencer Strider would win MVP or would win Cy Young, and boy, that flew back in the face.
Well,
yeah, blue. You ain't a kidding. Blue is our map.
Realistically, like in the NL, like dark horse candidate is surprisingly Chris Sale. Like,
yeah.
Are you looking at the ERA leaders
100%.
in the NL, Lucas?
No, I'm just looking at different.
3 of the top 4 are Phillies, which is.
Well, yeah, because Ranger Suarez and they're just all so good.
Oh, hi, Whiskey. Christopher Sanchez and Zach Wheeler.
That's crazy. But yeah, Chris Sale's 10-2 with a 2.9 ERA. That's insane for a guy that was supposed to get hurt. Like,
I didn't.
And he's 35.
I didn't think Chris Sale would have a bad year. I don't know. It just felt like everybody that goes to the Braves seems to have, like, they find themselves again. I fully expected him to be decent.
I expected him to be above average, but I didn't expect him doing what he's doing now.
Yeah. I saw a video today. You know who the worst player in the MLB is this year, like hitter-wise for WRC+?
Can we have a league?
Can we have a hint? Yeah.
National League.
Okay, then that takes mine out.
So basically, the worst hitter in all of baseball this year. You're never gonna get it. And yeah, we all thinking Andrew Benintendi because that's.
Yep, I was thinking Andrew.
I was not thinking Benintendi.
Benintendi's not even in the top 10.
Okay, so this is gonna be a shot because I feel like there's no reason to mention it unless it's not, like it's really surprising. Is it Corbin Carroll?
No, it is not. But that's a good guess.
Am I close?
Oh gosh.
National League.
Joey Gallo? That would make sense.
It is not Joey Gallo.
Is he in the Central?
Let me make sure. Hold on, really quick. No, he's not in the Central.
Is it Rowdy? Okay. Never mind.
It is not Rowdy Tellez.
Rowdy Tellez made a lot of sense.
I was going to say
Seville home run the other day. He is in the NL East.
Oh, man.
NL East.
Oh, gosh. It has to be a player on the Marlins, because that team sucks.
It is not a player on the Marlins.
Is it a Philly?
Oh, what the hell?
Not a Philly.
Oh, God.
And it is also not a National.
So it's a Brave or a Met?
Yes. The worst...
Orlando Arcia.
That is correct.
Holy shit, is it really?
Yeah.
That's a shot. Wow, that's a really good guess.
Just pull that out of my ass, because I'm just like, what the heck? Weirdly enough, I was looking at show ratings, and I noticed like his went down like 6 or 7 points.
Dude, that's how I judge stuff off of sometimes.
He'll always be a really random all-star. Like, he's just not that good.
No.
To put it into perspective, Orlando Arcia's OPS plus is 64.
Jesus Christ.
He is very, very bad. And it's crazy because, like, he played in the first game against the Cardinals, but then didn't play again, and they, like, had some guy named, like, Luke Hamilton or something playing shortstop today, and I'm just like, okay.
Luke Hamilton, that sounds like a generic name.
That doesn't sound right.
There's some random shortstop on the Braves. I forgot his name, but he played today.
The day game or the night game?
The night game, I believe. I was just gonna look up the.
I was gonna look at the box. That didn't sound right. I'm sure. Luke Williams.
Luke Williams, yeah. What did I say?
Hamilton. He's.
Close enough.
Not normal, and I'm somewhat familiar with Luke Williams. He's not good. He's a super utility guy.
Yep. He's on the Braves. I'm telling you, like, the Braves are
not that
interesting because they really, they're not that good. Like, they're getting carried by Marcell Ozuna.
And Kelnick's.
I've been disappointed with them. I honestly thought they would be the NL representative in the World Series.
I think losing Strider before the season started was probably a pretty strong morality blow. I know that doesn't mean too much, but I feel like that's a big loss. And Austin Riley sucks this year.
They also lost arguably the best player in baseball in Ronald Acuna.
Yeah, not to mention that. Yeah,
That doesn't help anything either.
Injuries as a whole have been pretty.
Austin Riley is. Yeah, it's funny. Austin Riley, Matt Olson, especially, both of them like really aren't good this year.
Lucas, you said,
and I don't.
Going back to Arcia and the WRC plus, that's qualified hitters only. If you go by minimum of 30 plate appearances, it's Jackson Holiday.
Well, yeah, that guy.
Shout out Andrew Fisher for being the 5th worst in baseball.
Yeah.
He's my rookie of the year vote.
Yeah, Jackson Holiday. That didn't work, did it?
Oh, God. No. Also, on that list was I was surprised that some of the WRC Plus people, like Jonah Heim was on that list. He's awful. The
Rangers have.
You want to talk about teams that have been disappointing? The Texas Rangers have been arguably the most disappointing team, at least in my eyes.
You could say that for
they're up
there. I think representatives last year.
Because Josh, I think you and I picked them to win the division.
I did. Yeah, I thought they'd win. I was right about the Astros. They're not good, but I really did think the Rangers would run away with things, but they just.
I picked the Astros, right? I still, I said I think the Astros were going to win.
I think you picked the Astros.
I think the Astros.
Aren't the Mariners?
Yeah, the Mariners
in the top of that division. I thought so.
I think the Astros are finally feeling the side effects of low draft picks for such a long time.
Oh, the Astros are 8-2 in their last 10, and they're at 500 now.
I mean, they're not bad.
I knew they were turning things around.
They're really lacking pitching. Outside of Ronel Blanco, who's the second coming of Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Running through the divisions because the divisions kind of look how I would expect them to.
I want to say this real quick because one of my buddies that I'm staying with, he was the roommate I had this past semester, big Cubs fan, and he kept making jokes about how the Cubs win more than the Cardinals. But I looked 5 minutes ago, the Cubs are in last place in the fucking Central.
No, the Cubs can't score runs. They don't know. They don't know what that is.
Hilarious.
Well, speaking of the Cubs, I have a new, not a new least favorite player. That's never going to be taken. But there is a player on the Cubs that I can't stand him. Pete Crow Armstrong.
Yeah, I knew you were going to say that. What's wrong with PCA?
He sucks.
I mean, yes, he does suck.
It's something about players named Pete, not Fairbanks. I love Pete Fairbanks. The other two, not rocking with him.
Named Pete. Yeah, I don't.
Okay, speaking of players in the Central that annoy us, I like watching Elly De La Cruz, but the fact that people think that he's better than Mason Wynn is ridiculous to me.
I love watching Mason Wynn.
Yeah, so that's another thing I wanted to bring up in this. Why do we still do fan voting for the All-Star game? Why? It doesn't make any sense.
I don't even vote anymore.
Yeah, there's no use to it. Yeah.
No, it's literally the dumbest thing ever. I don't know. It doesn't make any sense that Elly De La Cruz has 400 something? No, not 400, but what does he have? 100,000 more votes than Mason Wynn, and it makes no sense. Mason Wynn wasn't even at 100,000 votes, and it's you're not watching.
The only stats that Elly hasn't beaten, I think, are home runs and stolen bases.
Yeah. Which is not neither are necessary to have a good shortstop. I mean, they help, but you can still be a high average player without hitting for home runs. I don't know.
Yeah, Mason Wynn hits 300 or close, and he's just better.
That we finally moved up to the leadoff spot.
Yeah, I do like that.
He hasn't been very good in the leadoff spot, I don't think, though. Wynn?
No, not really. No, he's striking out a shit ton now.
I mean, I can't complain too much because he's still batting right around the 300. He plays elite defense in a lot of doubles, so it's not like it's a bad thing. But I don't know. I would lead off Donovan personally.
Yeah, they have him batting fifth now in between Goldschmidt and Arenado.
Disagree with Josh. I don't necessarily disagree with that.
I think the right person to lead off is Nootbaar. He's just obviously not here.
Yeah. He'll be back soon. I think he's rehabbing
Tommy
this
Edmonds
weekend.
got shot or something. I don't think we're ever going to see him again.
Yeah, he fucking sprained his ankle taking ground ball. You just can't make this shit up with fucking Tommy Edmond. I don't understand. Also, what kind of Matthew Liberatore did we get today? I really don't know what to do with that guy.
I listened to it on the radio. I was surprised. I know he picked off Kelnick in the first inning, and he just became Randy Johnson.
He had 8 strikeouts, 1 walk, 2 hits, 6 innings, and only had 71 pitches. What? I don't get it.
That is something that Ollie's been doing that has been making me so mad recently. He took out taking people out with sub 100 pitches when they're rolling.
All the time.
But then when Lance Lynn was struggling a few weeks ago, he kept him in. Make it make sense, dude.
Now, genuinely, I do think Sonny Gray goes and tells Ollie, hey, I'm done, and then he just goes and gets him. I don't think Sonny Gray likes to throw a lot. I don't know, because every single one of Sonny Gray's starts, he gets taken out at 80 pitches.
Honestly, I'll take the opposite thoughts on that. I get going 9 would be great, but Sonny Gray, you give him 75 pitches, he's probably in the 7th inning. That's okay. Oh, that's fine. He's good enough that he can make that decision, though, because, 75, 80 pitches for him is 7, 8 innings. It's fine. But other pitchers, no.
People's argument is that if you keep relying on the bullpen as heavily as we have, Ryan Helsley has, 29 saves already, and it's not even July, right?
27,
27,
yeah, I think.
27, okay. I think he might have got 28 tonight, whatever. But he's second in Cardinals history for the most saves before the All-Star break.
Yeah, he has to get
behind
30.
Lee
I heard
Smith.
On the radio tonight. Yeah.
Yeah, Lee Smith got 30 in
3 weeks. There's no doubt.
Yeah, Ryan Helsley could go into the All-Star break with 35 saves with the way we use him. We use Ryan Helsley every single day.
That is eventually they're gonna wear him. They're gonna wear him out eventually.
Well, I almost wonder if their plan is to do that this year, get as much out of him they can, and let him hit free agency as a broken pitcher. I don't know. Maybe that's a crazy hypothesis.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of Ryan Helsley haters recently, and I'm kind of getting to that point because it's sure, Ryan Helsley somehow escapes every single jam he puts himself in, but he puts himself in a jam every single time out there. There shouldn't be a closer that has to throw 25 to 30 pitches every single time he's pitching, he does.
Our bullpen's good. And they talk about the big 3 all the time, but they really need to stop because the last 3 weeks or so, the big 3 have been not great. Kittredge
it's because we've been using them so much.
Yeah, I'm because the first 2 months of the season, it was lead after 6, Kittredge, Romero, Helsley, Kittredge, Romero, Helsley, and it's weird because the whole season we've had 5 or 6 viable options that we just don't use.
And
I don't get it.
I love JoJo more than anybody, but man, he's been struggling lately.
So is Kittredge.
Yeah, Kittredge was 100 percentile in chase rate and swing and miss rate. Not anymore.
Now he sucks. You know who? I don't know why they don't use Fernandez more. That guy is really good.
Yeah. Him and man, watching Chris Roycroft today makes me mad that he was the 27th man. Because it's he's very good. And shout out Kyle Leahy. He's been really good. No, he gave up the home run today, but
obviously ERA isn't the whole story, but looking at the ERA, there's one weak link in the bullpen. And it's
Giovanni Gallegos.
It's not the guy you'd think it is. Gallegos, I don't think he makes it the rest of the year in the Cardinals.
Gallegos had a 13 ERA in the minor leagues and has an 11 ERA on the season?
Yes.
Yeah, that's just not good for our bullpen anymore. Our bullpen is elite. I don't care what anybody says. We have one of the best bullpens in the MLB.
When you're calling up a guy the Cardinals signed out of Indie Ball 3 years ago, and he's throwing 99-mile-an-hour sinkers with a slider that's nasty to go off of it, he's not in the bullpen for Giovanni Gallegos. to be in it,
yeah,
you got to have that conversation. Like,
and
you got to go.
I didn't watch, and I doubt any of you guys did, but I know Gallegos made an appearance today in the first game. I didn't see how he pitched, but I would assume it wasn't the greatest.
Let me see.
I don't know. He might have did fine, but it's just like, I'm not a Gallegos fan anymore.
I used to be.
And it's funny because there's so many people that would defend that man, because if you go back like 4 years, that guy was amazing for like years in a row. He was really good. But he's just not good anymore.
He had an okay inning. One inning, he walked somebody and didn't allow a hit. I mean,
that's okay. It's just, man, like art. I don't know. I think there's so much with the Cardinals bullpen that doesn't get talked about. But
even the guys they've called up, like Nick Robertson was up for a while. He wasn't bad.
No. He's even another option that should be up here instead of Gallegos. But, you know.
We haven't even got to see much of Riley O'Brien because, like, they shot him too.
Yeah, he's going to be out for the season probably or something.
Keenan Middleton got into another basketball tournament or something.
Nice 7 pitches you threw in spring training for us, Keenan Middleton. Thank you for your fantastic Cardinal career. But it's just, I don't know. Our bullpen's been really good. I just hope that it's sustainable. Realistically, if we can find somebody to replace somebody at the deadline, I'll be okay. Don't know who you would get in our bullpen, though.
I think the biggest thing that concerns me about our bullpen is the overuse, like we've talked about. And I think that overuse kind of stems to something like, it just stems to like the fact that Ollie's just has a short leash on a lot of these starting pitchers if we get to the playoffs. That's, I think, inevitably going to be our downfall, is overuse of guys like Helsley, Romero, and Kittredge.
And I think you couple it with the quick leash on starters with there's too much definition on bullpen roles. Like, you have 7 of your 8 guys down there right now are really good, yet it's the 7th, 8th, or 9th. You go to Kittredge, Romero, Helsley, no matter what, and it's like I just don't get it. Like,
also, we didn't even mention John King.
They're all really good. Kyle
John King is really fantastic.
Good. Like, I just
really,
I don't know.
The only dark spot in the bullpen is Gallegos.
Yeah, I mean, if you look beyond Gallegos to the guys in the minors, there's better options. I mean, you're like 9 deep, and I don't. So it makes the repetition of the big 3 so confusing, because it's clear that they're overworked already, and it's June. I'd hate to see what August looks like, or God forbid October if we get there. It just doesn't seem good.
And it's because they still don't trust Ryan Fernandez to close games, which I don't understand.
Well, start trusting him.
Yeah. I mean, to me, I think the Cardinals simply at the trade deadline, it's really not that hard. You're going to get Newport back here soon, which means Fermina's going to go bye-bye, as he should. When Tommy Edman comes back, now if Tommy Edman comes back, because who knows how bad he sprained his ankle, so we have no clue until tomorrow. But if Tommy Edman comes back, you don't know what you're going to get with that guy, because he hasn't played baseball in basically a year. So you have to decide if you're going to send down Dylan Carlson or if you're going to send down the best defensive outfielder in baseball. And Michael
I was going to ask you guys that. Say Edman does come back. Who do you send down?
Dylan Carlson. There is not even I don't even think about that a second time. Dylan Carlson is the answer.
Izzy?
Honestly, I would DFA Brandon Crawford at this point.
Dude, that was the wrong answer. There was no wrong answer, but that was the wrong answer. He's not even bad.
So
I get that he's been playing well, and like they transitioned him to third base and stuff, but like, let's be honest, the only reason that Brandon Crawford was even signed to this team in the first place was because of the injury to Tommy Edman. And I think that his defensive value, he brings more to the table defensively than what Brandon Crawford would. And yeah, I know Dylan Carlson isn't the best with the bat, but he still provides some value in the outfield as well in terms of his defense.
Usually I would agree, but I think having Siani, who's a slightly better version of Carlson, it appears that both offensively and defensively makes Carlson just, useless.
Well, and honestly, I never thought about that from the Crawford perspective. I see what you mean, because when Edmund comes back, you could shift Donovan to the infield. Edmund can play infield. You have infield backups if you need it. If you don't have Brandon Crawford, so I understand where you're coming from, but I think it's really simple. When Newbar comes back, you send down Fermin. That will allow you to shift Alec Burleson to DH every single day, which is how it should be, because as much as he has a good arm and is improving in the outfield, no thank you.
I just think that's unfortunate because it takes at bats from somebody who is also old that has actually done really well lately. Matt Carpenter needs to play a little bit more often.
Matt Carpenter hasn't been, and that was what I was going to get to next. Good. I saw somebody say, no matter how good the Cardinals are at the deadline, we should trade Paul Goldschmidt. And I am starting to agree.
Well, if you trade Paul Goldschmidt, feels like a year now. You scratch your Burleson DH idea and you put Burleson at first base.
Exactly, and then Matt Carpenter can DH.
Burleson can play first base, though. I trust him at first base more than I trust him in the outfield. That's for damn sure.
His arm was good at first base the other day.
I agree. Yeah, I mean, I think you're getting to the point now, and people don't want to accept it in this whole Cardinals fan base thing, but Nolan Arenado and Paul Goldschmidt just straight up suck. They suck.
So, say they don't trade Goldschmidt. Do you extend him?
No. And I know they're going to.
You do. Yeah, you're right, but logically you shouldn't.
If they give him an extension, it should be a 1-year extension with a team option.
And he retires after.
And you should sit on the bench. You should not be playing. Because they should...
I don't necessarily disagree.
They should see the superstar that they have in Alec Burleson. Let him play first every day. I don't understand. Because as much as we shit on him at the beginning of the year, Alec Burleson has pleasantly surprised everybody in the entire MLB. That guy has potential to be a superstar at first base.
I shout out him.
You mentioned his name a couple times. You just mentioned that me probably more than anyone in this podcast, shit on him so much. When do you want me to make my apology? Glorious King.
You can go ahead and do it right now. Actually.
All right, hang on. Let me this baseball reference because I want to do this properly.
Yeah.
I want to do this
properly. While you pull that up, I was gonna say right. I was harsh on him too at the beginning of the year for last year, but what he's doing in the majors this year is completely aligned from what he did in the minors his whole career. Like high batting average, good power. Like I don't know. I think we finally found Alec Burleson. Like this is what he is. It's great. Sorry, go ahead.
I was hoping they would have his middle name. I was hoping they'd have his middle name on Baseball Reference, but they don't. So
just call him Biscuit.
Biscuit.
That's crazy.
All right. Well,
it's Michael.
To Lucas Dalton's glorious king, Alec. It's Michael.
Yeah.
Okay. To Lucas Dalton's glorious king, Alec Michael Burleson, I want to hereby apologize for giving you so much grief at the start of the year. The fact that you're hitting 289 with a 123 OPS plus, a 740 or 40. Jesus Christ. 475 slugging and a 798 OPS with 12 homers and 33 RBI and a very impressive 9 stolen bases is something that I should not have done. I should not have crapped on you as much as I did. I should have recognized that you just had bad luck, but I was just beyond frustrated with how bad our first season since the 90s has gone and the worst season I've ever seen by a Cardinals team. So I want to hereby apologize and say that you are, without a doubt, at least a future All-Star at the bare minimum.
Yeah, there you go.
I know Shout Lucas out to is smiling ear to ear.
Yeah, I am. That was great. That was great.
Yeah,
he deserves every bit of it.
Name on there. Yeah, that sucks. They should have Biscuit on there. I would love to know how that came about.
I cannot wait till the three of us get to go meet him at the winter warm-up. That is going to be the best day of my life.
Gotta ask him about Biscuit.
He won't answer.
Oh, he got to. He's got to come up with a story or something.
Yeah. But he's So good.
We talk about the whole Siani versus Carlson, or I guess Crawford too, when Edmund comes back. But I know, Lucas, you and I have talked about this over video games. But Izzy, say, Herrera's going to be back soon. Who do you send down? Contreras is back. You can't have three. You shouldn't have three catchers. Which would you go, Herrera or Pages?
Honestly, judging off of how he looked while Contreras was out and before he got injured, it wouldn't be the worst idea to either trade Herrera or Pages, because I feel like the hot stretch that they both have been on so far, like offensively at least, could definitely raise their value at least a little bit. I don't think you would send anyone down. I think you might try to shop one of them.
I would do Herrera just because he's not very good defensively, but the guy can hit. No doubt he can hit. But Pages is like, his defense, they clearly like him because even before Herrera got hurt, he was out there starting. I don't know. Pages sucks offensively, but he's really clutch. Like, it's weird. He has 9 major league hits and 9 RBIs. It's crazy. Like,
that's insane.
Yeah, like the guy can't hit it worth a shit until it's a big spot.
Yeah, he doesn't get on base. His on base percentage is .217.
The defense is fantastic though.
Yeah, and he I think I saw he was like already like 4th in the MLB and like framing, and he's like only been in the league for like a month. Like,
I think he fits more the vibe of a backup catcher more. Like, that's what you want of a backup catcher. You don't have to hit if he can play defense. Herrera's not.
Realistically, Herrera is hitting .276. He's got a couple home runs here and there. He does whatever. But it's like, you don't really need that. You don't. And I know Herrera 5 years down the road is going to be a first baseman because Herrera can't throw out anybody.
Wonder if a team would put him in the outfield. I mean, he seems pretty. He's not thick. He's a little. I mean, he's not a small guy, but he seems like he could play a little left if somebody gave him enough tries. But first base seems more realistic.
I agree.
Yeah.
Like going back to what you were saying, Lucas, like he's the definition of a all or nothing type hitter. He'll either hit a rocket to the gaps or he strikes out. There's just no in between.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I was trying to see if I could find his defensive stats. Standard fielding. Where are we at here? 2024. He played first?
Probably.
He played first for an inning this year.
Oh. I'll find it.
Oh. For an example, I don't know what any of this means.
He has
I'm not gonna
negative 8 defensive runs saved as a catcher.
Fuck, that's bad.
Herrera does.
Negative 8, yeah, that's just awful.
Are you sure he played first this year?
Pages?
Oh, you're talking about Pages. I thought you were talking about Herrera.
Yeah. Yeah, Pages did apparently. Yeah. What is Herrera's caught stealing percentage?
Let's see.
Because I guarantee
I don't know if I can check that on Baseball Reference or not.
You can.
This season, his caught stealing percentage is 7%.
How many stolen bases does he have against him? It should say it right next to it.
41 stolen bases, and he's thrown out 3.
What? Bro, that's awful.
Against,
that is not good at all.
Now, Pages has thrown out 3 of 11. So that's better.
How many wild pitches is Pages allowed?
5 wild pitches.
In his 3-year career so far, guess how many wild pitches that Herrera has allowed?
I was going to say something crazy like 50.
It's got to be
half of that.
Oh, shit.
Josh, yeah, you nailed it right on the head, Josh. He allowed 5 in 2022, 8 in 2023, and so far 12 in 2024.
That's just not good.
25 total or wild pitches his career as a catcher. That's not good.
The stolen bases allowed is 9th in baseball this year for Herrera, but the people above him have way more innings than him. He's got 345 and has 41 stolen bases. allowed. And Logan O'Hoppy's number 1 with 50, but he's got almost 600 things. So, like, if you break that down to an even number, Herrera is probably well in front of these people in terms of the worst arm.
Yeah. I mean, you look at worst arms, you think of a couple. You think of O'Hoppy, you think of K-Bear Ruiz, and then you think of...
above K-Bear Ruiz. K-Bear Ruiz is a lot less stolen bases than Herrera, so you could probably make Herrera's worse.
Patrick Bailey. Patrick Bailey can't throw at anybody.
Evidently, neither can Cal Raleigh, which is surprising. Miguel Amaya is really bad, too. Yainier Diaz is terrible defensively.
One thing about the Cubs, too, because I want to clown on them any opportunity I can get. Why do they DFA Yan Gomes just to pick up Tomas Nido? That's like the worst thing I've ever seen. Honestly.
It's kind of funny.
Like the Mets or the Cubs catchers are just awful. Like Amaya and Nido is their catchers? That's crazy.
Tomas Nido had it's really changing trash for shit, but he had an OPS plus of 80 on the Mets, and Yan Gomes had 18, so I guess they probably saw an opportunity to have an upgrade. But since joining them, granted 3 games since joining the Cubs, Nido has an OPS plus of -9, so hopefully they got what they wanted.
That's great. It's just like their catchers suck. Like their catchers
all the fans are like, "Oh, we don't need Wilson. We have Miguel Amaya and shit." Like, yeah.
Yeah, you do. Well,
looks like you need Wilson.
Yeah, bet you miss him now.
Wilson coming back, by the way, as quick as he did is so crazy.
It broke his arm. It's what, 6 weeks he was out?
Yeah, he missed 40 games. That's it. He was supposed to miss like 70 or something.
He's so good.
That's insane. I'm not going to lie. When he broke his arm, I thought the season was over.
I was devastated.
And then we instantly started playing better. It's crazy how baseball works. And now we're the best team in the NL since then.
Are we? Since that, I was going to say.
Best.
Like I
got ejected. Yeah, since Ollie got ejected by Alan Porter in Milwaukee on Mother's Day or whatever, May 12th, we are the best team in the National League.
So we're talking about Ollie's ejections real quick. I don't know if we should bring this up, Lucas. We talked about it the other night. I have a theory that Ollie hates black umpires.
Yes.
He's not good with CB Buckner. Alan Porter threw him out in Milwaukee. He had a spat with Laz Diaz against Baltimore.
Well, to be fair, Laz Diaz made fun of Lars Nootbaar. So
that's all contingent. I think maybe Ollie sees color.
Well, he's colored.
Okay.
So are you like
throwing?
I don't know.
Perhaps he's racist. I don't know.
I'm not going to touch on that.
I didn't think I should either, but we were talking about it. It made sense.
Well,
what I will say, though, about that was that, speaking on his ejection, it's like the fact that it took that to fire the team up just goes to show, like, my biggest concern about him as a manager, and that's the fact, like, he doesn't know how to motivate players.
I agree, but I applaud him for at least. I mean, it sounded like the first game in Milwaukee he got ejected just to get ejected, and it worked. So I guess I applaud that. But like, you're right. There should be a better way than getting thrown out of the game than fire up your team. Like, there's got.
And it's funny because Ollie, after that ejection, said he got ejected to fire up the team. You know what's crazy? He didn't even get ejected first. Daniel Descalso got ejected first, and then Ollie got ejected standing up for Daniel Descalso, and then Ollie went to the clubhouse saying he got ejected for the team. Daniel Descalso was the one standing up for the team.
That's the first thing he's done all year for the Cardinals. I mean, obviously bench coach is not the most important in the dugout. I never see Daniel Descalso doing anything.
No, well, they all stand there. Him and Dusty Blake and Ollie Marmol stand in a circle together in the dugout every single day. Like, they don't do anything. None of our coaches do anything. None of
Brandon them. Allen, just the assistant hitting coach, just walks around and smiles. I don't see him talking to anybody or anything. Like, I don't get it.
Speaking of Ollie, did you guys like hear that he blew up on who's the beat writer?
Derek
Derek
Blanking on his
Gould?
name. Yes, Derek. Did you guys see like or hear that he like blew up on him after the
Yeah.
one of the losses at Colorado?
I did.
Good for Derek Gould. I stand for Derek
Yeah,
Gould
Derek
there.
Gould stood up for himself. Give him credit for that.
Yeah.
Because like I went back and listened to it, and he said like oh, it's funny, like we went on Saturday, we went on Saturday. You don't ask any questions. No, they lost on Saturday. Yeah. Won on Friday, lost on Saturday. It's like we went on Friday, you don't ask any questions and you sit in the back. Saturday we lose and you're up here like a kid in a candy store, and he just simply goes like, I wasn't riding yesterday, and he goes, you don't have to speak on it. He's like, I'm not speaking on it. I'm just defending myself. It's like, you're gonna call me out. It's like I'm gonna explain to you why I wasn't sitting there. Like credit to Derek Gould because I know not a lot of people in that situation would have said what he said.
Well, I think.
Yeah.
I mean, that goes with the same. You got to hold the manager accountable from all levels. Like, I mean, even with the media, it's part of their job. If he's going to say something stupid like that, good for. I mean, no, you're right, Lucas. Nobody else is going to do that. But like, somebody's got to hold him accountable with the media, like just like the players. I think it's good.
I don't know. Like, I don't think Ollie Marmol is necessarily the worst, but I wish Mike Schilt was still here. But
I'm
right
right there with you.
Yeah.
I don't think Ollie is the worst. Now, here's the difference, and I think I said this to Josh the other day. The difference between Mike Schilt and Ollie Marmol is at least when Ollie Marmol gets ejected, he like stands up for the team in a way where he's screaming at the umpire. Unlike Mike Schilt, who just goes and talks to the umpire.
Did you see Mike Schilt's ejection the other day, Izzy?
I don't think I did.
He walked out. They were playing the Mets, and he's like, "You gotta eject me. I've got to get tossed." He didn't.
He's
even
like,
argue.
"You're doing a great job." He's like, He's like, umpiring's a tough job, and you're doing a great job, but I gotta get ejected.
He asked to be ejected. First time I've ever seen that.
Mike Schilt was like, "I'm ready when you are." And the umpire was like, "Okay," and then threw him out of the game. Like, I don't know.
Why did he have to be ejected?
Because Machado got ejected.
Was it Machado that got ejected?
Yeah, for arguing balls and strikes. Yeah.
So I guess his thought process is that like he's got to get run for standing up for his player, even though it's Manny Machado.
But he made it very clear he wasn't standing up for his player.
Well,
he literally walked out there and was like, "Hey, man, you're good at your job and all, but like I got to get ejected." I don't know, like
Mike Schilt. To kind of sway away from the Cardinals, I think his ability as a manager showing in San Diego this year to keep them above 500. That's not really that great of a team, and they're pretty competitive. Like I really think
they're holding on to the last wild card spot.
I think they'll keep it for a while too. I mean, like you have a good manager. I don't know. Their offense is not really that great. They lost Tatis. Machado's not having a good year.
We're actually in the second or the last wild card spot now.
Yeah, they have second. The Padres.
Yeah. Oh, we're tied with them.
I was going to say ESPN must not have updated for me at least.
Oh no, we're tied with them. Never mind, because even though they've played 3 more games than us, which is crazy, we're tied with them. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, realistically, teams that aren't going to make the playoffs in the NL, like I think it's clearly quite obvious that the Nationals, the Reds, the Cubs, the Marlins, the Rockies aren't going to make the playoffs. But like after that, San Francisco, Pittsburgh, Arizona, New York, St. Louis, San Diego, Atlanta, like it's kind of a toss-up between literally any of those teams.
Well, the problem is, and I like the expanded playoffs, so I'm not going to shit on it, but like with how the league is this year, like the Nationals being 4.5 out, they're going to be naive to think they can make it until they're
that's why I think
6 out. It's going to make for a really boring deadline because nobody's selling.
Yeah, I think the most intriguing team to me in the National League is Pittsburgh, because if Pittsburgh can go out and like genuinely go get a really good bat and like a good bullpen pitcher, they could make a playoff appearance.
Well, the top three are Jones, Skeens, and Keller. You can't get much better than that.
Especially like if they like are in the wild when they will be in the wild card round, it's like good luck facing those three guys.
Yeah,
good
hypothetically,
luck.
You don't even need all three if you can.
Especially Skeens because he's proven that he proved in the College World Series that he
a big game pitcher
can pitch he can pitch best when the moment is at its best and the brightest.
Yeah, I mean, clearly the Phillies, the Brewers, which is unfortunate that the Brewers are just somehow good every single year. I don't get it. And then the Dodgers
every year, and they get better. I also don't understand the Brewers.
Yeah, there's a chance.
I thought they were going to be washed this year, but I guess I was wrong.
Well, they get like random dudes, like the guy. Joey Ortiz they got for Corbin Burns, and he was a top prospect. He's insane.
Yeah.
And that helps. But like their pitching staff, it sucks.
By the
way,
did you
see who they started?
Shout out Dallas Keuchel. By the way,
Dallas fucking Keuchel.
Yeah, shout out Dallas. Was it really for $1 or was that a meme?
Oh, it probably was. That's not uncommon.
Because I think I saw that the Mariners traded Dallas, which by the way didn't even know Dallas Keuchel was on the Mariners, but he got traded to the Brewers for $1. Like, imagine being a player in the MLB. Dallas Keuchel, by the way, who used to be very good. Yeah, and you get traded for $1. Like, that's crazy to me.
I didn't know Keuchel was on the Mariners until a couple weeks ago. I saw a tweet that he had a no-hitter through 6 innings, and I thought it was about MLB The Show. I'm like, what? This can't be real. Fucking Dallas Keuchel retired. And then I looked up, and he did not. Absolutely did not. I had no idea he was still kicking around. Why?
I mean, it just proves that the Brewers are going to try to push for something. As stupid as it sounds, the Cardinals are going to need to respond to that. Because the Brewers are just going to keep going. He just retired.
Fuck.
But going back to the NL, I think if there is one team that I think can fall out of contention, it's Atlanta. Because
I would be surprised if that happened.
Honestly, if Chris Sale gets hurt and or Austin Riley gets hurt, they're kind of screwed.
Well, they definitely don't have depth.
No, they don't.
None. I mean, they have Zach Short up, and they're not really like that's not good. So if they lose anybody else, you're right, they're screwed.
Yes, and Orlando Arcia would be their backup, but he's the worst hitter in baseball. So, like, I don't know what they would do. That's why I think if the Braves get injured even more, then they're done. There's no way. Like, I don't know.
Okay, so say they have a really bad month, which I don't see this happening. Do you sell if you're Atlanta? Because the market's thin. They have some pieces. They could get some guys back. For like a Chris Sale or a Marcell Ozuna or something, like both pending.
Because obviously
that's
they're not gonna trade their cornerstone people. They're not gonna trade Riley. They're not gonna trade Olsen. They're not gonna trade Albies. They're not gonna trade Michael Harris II, even though he's injured. But I mean, besides that, like, if they do fall off, what's the harm in trading Ozuna? Like, none. There isn't.
Yeah,
Chavez is still on this team?
Because he's not going to be around. He's not part of their long-term future. I don't.
No, he's a free agent at the end of the year, and I mean, he's 33. Fuck.
Realistically, like Ozuna could go to Cleveland and make that team amazing.
If he went to Cleveland,
for sure.
Power would go
That's
away.
one thing Cleveland doesn't have is a power bat.
Yeah, which
I feel like I don't know. Did David Fry calm down?
I haven't looked at David Fry in a while.
No, well, Josh Naylor he's found power this year, but
Josh Naylor has 20 homers.
20 even, which is weird.
Oh, no, David Fry is still hitting .309 with 8 home runs and 32 RBIs, a 171 OPS plus, 946 OPS for David Fry.
Is he still right? Besides Naylor and Jose Ramirez, they don't have anybody with over 10 homers. They do need a power.
That's what I'm saying.
A lot of
if you can give Ozuna goes to the Guardians, or let's go more realistic. if Brent Rooker goes to the Guardians, that team could become really good.
It's a good fit.
I agree.
I also think Brent Rooker should come to the Cardinals, but that's a different story. Yeah, I don't know. And the Guardians, like, I've said this, I think every podcast, even back when we were in school, how are they so good? They are 51-27, and they don't have Shane Bieber this year. They don't have anybody that's good hitting-wise. Like, how are they winning? I don't understand.
They don't either.
Like, I don't think that, like, they're gonna stay good, but we keep saying that, and we're halfway through the season now, and they're like the third best team in the MLB. So I don't really know. I don't know. I mean, obviously, you know, man, some of the AL, like, is so much better than the NL. That's crazy. Where do you guys think Luis Robert is gonna go?
I don't know
if anyone.
Oh man.
Because
I think they're going to ask for too much because they're the White Sox and they're not run very well, and they're just not going to get a deal done.
Because I saw people talking about they're gonna package like Kopech and Robert together, and I'm like, you're gonna have to give up your top 5 farm system for that.
And nobody's gonna do that.
No,
I can see him going to the Padres.
I was just gonna go cliche and say the Dodgers. He feels like a Dodger.
Robert, they said the Dodgers said they have interest in him. Yep, of course they do. If Robert goes to the Dodgers, I swear to God.
The Dodgers probably have interest in us.
I mean, probably, but like, I don't. If Robert goes to the Dodgers, I don't know, man.
Well, speaking of the White Sox, I think we dished out an apology earlier. We should dish out another one. Paul DeYoung.
Okay, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, he's been okay.
He's not been good. He's been okay.
He's gonna get traded.
There we go. Yeah, some.
Paul DeYoung will get traded and will probably go. Oh my God.
Maybe like
I don't know where Paul DeYoung could end up.
I don't know.
Maybe like.
Come back.
Boston with Tyler O'Neill. No, please do not come back. Not yet.
No, that'll be when he's 38 and 27. Or I don't know, how old is DeYoung? At least 30.
Probably like 31, 32.
Yeah, he's got a good 5 years before he's old enough to come back.
Yeah. I want to talk. What do I want to talk about? So the NL Central in general, or the NL Central, the AL Central, White Sox are 21-61, and they're 32 games back, which is insane. The Tigers are 37-43 because the Tigers just suck and can't have anything nice.
Well,
like
obviously
Torkelson can't hit.
Well, yeah, it's just a boring franchise. I feel like some teams are just destined to be field fillers, and the Tigers are just one of them.
Javier Baez is just awful.
Which I love.
Yes.
Yeah, I love that. They've got a good top 3 in their rotation, though.
Yes. Colt Keith, who was supposed to be good, is just not. They signed Colt Keith to that extension before he even played in the major leagues, and
that never works. Never.
No, it never worked. Never. Now, it might work with Jackson Chourio on the Brewers eventually, but...
Well, he's only like 20 still, and he might be 21 now.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's
But yeah, I mean, they signed Colt Keith to an extension before he even played in the major leagues, and now he's one of the worst hitters. He was on that WRC Plus list of the worst. The Royals have kind of fallen off a cliff, which kind of is unfortunate because I really thought me and Izzy were going to be correct about the Royals winning the division. But that doesn't look like the case anymore.
How about the Twins?
Because the Royals they finally scored some runs tonight, but it was 28 straight innings without scoring a run. That's over 3 games. Yes.
That must be infuriating to watch the fan.
Yeah, the only people that were getting hits, my friend said, were Salvador Perez and Bobby Witt Jr., and that's it.
Well,
Sounds
they
good,
don't
right?
really have much else.
Michael Garcia sucks. He's good at defense at third, but he
I
sucks.
like him a lot. Let's see, what are they doing this year?
Who?
The Royals. I'm pulling up their.
Uh,
They have a second baseman, that Michael Massey. He's pretty good all of a sudden. He sucked last year.
Yeah, he is good. Yeah.
I voted for him as an all-star. He had a 76 OPS plus all last year. Now it's 126. Not sure how that happened. Good for him, though.
And then, of course, you have Bobby Witt. You have Salvador Perez, of course, who never gets old. I don't understand.
They need an outfielder that can hit more than any team I've ever seen that needs an outfielder.
Well, Hunter Renfroe sucks. Who else is in that outfield? MJ Melendez.
MJ Melendez.
Remember how, the first couple of podcast episodes, I remember we were so high on MJ Melendez season, and then all of a sudden it just didn't.
We put a lot of.
We were high on a lot of people at the start of this.
Yeah, I was to say.
Yes.
We saw 2.5, 3 weeks of the season and felt like, holy shit, this is it.
Well, that's the point of hot takes.
That's true.
So you got to just get out there and guess. Okay, talk about the Twins because they're now 44 and 36 all of a sudden.
Yep, go Twins.
Go
in
Twins.
The presence of the Twins later this year. Honestly, one of the more boring teams to watch in baseball outside of Royce Lewis. They're
and
against
really the White Sox, so that's gonna be fun.
Yeah, well.
And then the Guardians, as we talked about, really besides Steven Kwan, Jose Ramirez, that team is just interesting to me.
The whole Central, AL Central is really boring. None of the they have a couple superstars. Obviously, they got Witt, but teams as a whole, there's not many guys that are gotta see him play. Who gives a shit?
The only players I can think of in the Central that are worth watching on a consistent basis are Witt, Royce Lewis, J-Ram, maybe Robert, but the rest of the White Sox are just so terrible that it's impossible to watch any White Sox game. But
Kwan.
That's about it.
Can't think of a Tiger. Riley Green's getting
Screwball,
but not there yet.
Eric Screwball.
Yeah.
Eric Screwball.
Yeah, I was only thinking. You're right about Screwball. Yeah.
Okay. Well, if we look at the AL East, this is the division that I expected to be good, and it's kind of better than I expected it to be, but sucks that the Blue Jays are in last.
The Rays kind of fucking suck, too.
I did not see that coming.
No.
The Blue Jays are 36 and... Yeah, the Blue Jays are 36 and 43. Why is Joey Votto in the minor leagues? If you're going to be bad, just let Joey Votto play.
He's injured.
Yeah.
Well, I don't care. Let him play if he's injured.
You're right.
This is his last year. Just let him play.
The Rays in fourth. I'm on their baseball reference page. Any guesses on who their second highest WAR accumulator is this year?
You said WAR?
Yeah.
Oh gosh, what position?
He's an outfielder.
Earmark. Nope, he's not on the Rays anymore.
No, not Siri.
It's not Siri. Ugh.
It's not a Rosarena.
No,
he sucks.
Well,
yeah.
Average.
Who is in their outfield, bro? I can't think of their other outfielder.
I'm blanking. I'm drawing blanks.
I can't think of the Rays' third outfielder. I feel so dumb.
Richie Palacios.
Oh my god, I know. I was about to say that. God damn it! I knew it.
Who is it?
Richie Palacios.
Oh god, yeah. Why did we not guess that?
He hasn't been that good, but that just shows you how bad the Rays have been. But he is
another lost Cardinal. But thanks for Kittredge, though. I appreciate it.
Well, maybe not later.
Thanks.
The Rays are spectacular this year.
They're 40 and 41. The Rays are. The Red Sox are better than I thought. They're 43 and 37.
I know we talked extensively at the beginning of the year about the division, AL East being so strong. It's not really.
Yeah, no, I mean you have the Orioles.
It's just so top heavy. That's the thing.
Yeah, the Yankees and the Orioles are the two best teams in baseball. The Red Sox are okay, and the Rays and the Blue Jays suck.
Yep, and then you look at the West, which is just filled with garbage. The Athletics are 29-54.
Which is better than I expected this year for them.
Well, remember when they were 18-18?
Yes.
They were 18-18, and now they're
comparisons moving Major League because of how good they were out of nowhere, and Mason Miller was lighting it up.
Dude, it's stupid, by the way, just want to point this out, that the Athletics came out and said they're not trading Mason Miller at the deadline.
They could get a haul for him.
I've heard that story though before, and they still do those those players still get traded.
I mean, they would be stupid if they don't trade Mason Miller. He's the potentially one of the best closers in baseball. Obviously, he's not as superhuman as he was earlier in the season anymore, but, like, nobody stays that way. But, like, come on. But realistically, who wants to go play for the Athletics?
They can go play in Sacramento. It's exciting.
True.
The A's offense is actually really pretty good.
I'm forgetting. Where did J.D. Davis go?
The Yankees.
Right. See, so J.D. Davis signed a $5 million contract with the Athletics, I think it was, and then he just gets traded to the Yankees. Like, but he went from his worst nightmare to being on the best team. Like, that's crazy.
The A's are so weird. Like, they've got 5 different players in a league above league average OPS, and their bullpen is entirely above league average in ERA. Plus, their rotation is just awful. That's weird.
Who's in there?
Their rotation currently?
Is it like Blackbird and Alex Wood and shit?
Injured.
Oh, what the fuck? Well, that's unfortunate.
So Stripling, Blackburn, and Wood are all injured. So they're starting J.P. Sears, Joey Estes, Luis Medina, and Mitch Spence.
That's crazy, because in MLB The Show, Mitch Spence is a reliever that was a Rule 5 pickup, and he's a 53 overall. Yep. So that tells you that. Okay, well, that's great. Good for the Athletics.
They've given Cardinal legend Aaron Brooks. I don't know if you guys remember him.
I do remember Aaron Brooks. Was it like 2021 or something? We had Aaron Brooks or something.
Year that we started after the lockout, they gave us 2 extra players. He made the roster. Yep, he was bad. He's still bad.
So who do you genuinely think gets traded from Oakland?
Rooker,
like Ruiz, does he get traded?
No, but
Neto.
Maybe Andujar. Neto?
Maybe. Or Ruiz.
Ruiz, I can see probably a couple of their relievers. TJ McFarland's been pretty good. Austin Adams has been pretty good.
Oh, don't say that too loud.
Yeah, well.
The Cardinals might be calling for TJ McFarland.
Yeah, see fucking McFarland doing good. He's going to pick up the phone and get his boy back.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, really, though, nobody's going to want any pitcher from the Athletics. Nobody's going to want any hitter from the Athletics.
They might. I mean, teams get desperate enough.
Yeah. The Angels are... What?
Talking about the Zach Galoff. I was wrong.
Yeah. He's not great.
Dang it. Shit.
Zach Geloff.
Not great.
Did I say Zach Neto? I meant Zach Geloff. God damn it, I'm an idiot.
I'd still take him in a trade. Don't get me wrong.
Zach Neto's on the next team we're going to talk about.
They're bad, too.
The Angels, they're 33-46. Ron Washington is going to lose his job.
I'll take him.
I think it's just really unfortunate again that Michael Nelson Trout is injured again, because it's unfortunate. That last podcast episode I just posted today was literally me going on a 10-minute rant about how Mike Trout is going to win his 4th MVP this year. And now he's out for the season. So that's fun.
Guillermo Zuniga's on that team. Go.
Yes.
Guio.
But yes, the Angels suck. There's nothing exciting about the Angels. Nothing.
No, I don't even think.
Yeah, the only thing that was exciting is now injured.
Yeah.
They have Miguel Sano, which is no, we're wrong. Kevin Pillar.
Okay, yes, he's been he's going to get traded. Yes.
3 Detmers.
I also think he's going to get traded. He's hurt. No, he's in the
maybe
minors.
I'm just.
I was going to say they sent down Reed Detmers, I think.
I still think
They
he'll
sent
get
Reed
traded.
Detmers down, which is crazy. Yeah.
It'd be a haul because he's young, but like I don't know. I feel like that guy gets away from the shithole of the Angels. He'll be pretty good.
Yeah, and then we talked about it earlier, but maybe the worst team, surprising-wise, this year, the Rangers are 37-43.
They can't hit.
Yep, they're just not good at hitting. Leody Taveras sucks. Jonah Heim sucks. Like, Adolis Garcia is not that great. Like,
Josh Smith has 149 OPS plus. Good for that.
yeah. And then, Houston, I don't really care to talk about. Seattle, I don't really care all that much. Is there anybody on Seattle that's important? I don't think so.
Not really that I can
well,
think of.
We're not going to mention that guy. Moving on to... Shout out Matt Bowman.
Yep, there we go.
Shout out Matt Bowman.
Yeah, 2/3
greatest Rule 5 ever.
Yep.
Yeah. National League time. We can start with the Central just because we already shit on the. We already talked about it. Shit on the Cubs. Already they're in last, 37-44.
The Reds have been really.
The Reds, who they just don't know how to hit anymore. I don't know what happened to them.
Well,
and
I don't know. Honestly, I don't have no idea. I think some of these guys just aren't that good.
And Hunter Green throws up every time he pitches now, so that's fun.
Yeah, I saw that
2 times in a row. Hey, he's done it 2 starts in a row. He's thrown up, and he threw up mid pitch his last time, and he still threw 95, which is crazy.
Alexis Diaz sucks too. That can't help.
Yep. And yeah, the Pirates 39-41, Cardinals are 41-38, and the Brewers are just running away 48-33. I don't know with the Central. It's weird, but it's like, wow, Jesus, the Marlins are. I didn't realize they were still that bad. The Marlins. Skip Schumacher is not going to have his job much longer, which is unfortunate.
I'll take him as well.
Yes,
yeah,
I will take him.
I feel like I feel like he could get hired elsewhere, but if not, he's more than welcome to come back.
I mean, he just won Manager of the Year last year, now he's going to get. And now he's going to get fired. I don't know, but they're 28-52. They took 2 of 3 from the Cardinals, but
one hitter on their team that's above league average, which is really bad. Just one. It's Jazz Chisholm.
Yeah, he's having a good year. They won't trade him, but they'll trade everybody else.
Everybody else is bad. Tim Anderson's horrendous. He has a 34 OPS plus.
Yeah, they said they're looking to trade Tim Anderson and they want to trade Josh Bell.
Nobody's going to want Tim Anderson. He has 3 extra base hits this year.
Good lord.
Apparently the Dodgers reached out after Mookie Betts got hurt.
You could put Miguel Rojas. I mean, he's already on the team. He's better.
Yes.
Tim Anderson was horrendous last year and has somehow found a way to be considerably worse. I don't know. I'm not a Tim Anderson guy, but that's impressive.
That's one of those biggest fall offs that need to be studied type of situation with Tim Anderson.
As bad as he was
100%.
last year, and then even worse this year. He's 31. He just turned 31. I could see the guy out of baseball soon.
Yeah,
I wouldn't be shocked.
Jackie. The Nationals aren't next.
Jesse
38-42. It's the Jesse Winker season.
That guy is good again, and he still probably kills the Cardinals, but
we'll see. We face the Nationals in a couple weeks.
It's good to see a player like that struggles really bad for a year come back and find himself again, no matter who it is. I enjoy seeing that. So good for Jesse.
I believe that baseball weekend at your house when you move in, the Nationals are the first opponents of that weekend.
Then let's go watch C.J. Abrams be really good and really underrated, and Jesse Winker have a good breakout season.
Yes. Everybody else, though, sucks.
Yep.
Joey Meneses was a 30-year-old rookie phenom, and then after that, he wasn't anything anymore.
Could have told you that. Mackenzie Gore's cool. I love Mackenzie Gore. Mitchell.
Oh, did you know that's
fun rotation.
That's the last pitcher that Dylan Carlson got 2 hits off of in a game before this before a couple weeks ago.
It's gonna take a while to get back there.
Oh, Dylan Carlson. So yeah, the Mets, which are just so funny. 39-39. The Mets continue to make me laugh. Now, I loved watching them destroy Garrett Cole yesterday. That was fun.
Pete Alonso is going to get traded, I hope. Let's get it gone.
You know what's good? No. Well, realistically, I think there's a lot of good potential trade spots for Pete Alonso or just signing next year. Like, Pete Alonso screams like Milwaukee Brewers first baseman for the rest of ever.
Harrison Bader's been really good this year. I didn't realize that. He's
yeah.
Good for him. I love Harrison. I can't hate on Harrison Bader.
He had one of the 4 home runs off Garrett Cole.
You gotta get that ass tat, man.
Yeah, you gotta get the Harrison Bader ass tat.
I'm still thinking about
it. he just I don't know. I have my opinions with Harrison Bader now. Braves and the Phillies, obviously, we've talked about them enough already. Bryce Harper, Bryson Stott, that whole entire team is very good in Philadelphia.
Wait, hold on. I gotta check on something about the Phillies. I got one player. Never mind. We're good.
Did you look up in Windows Sosa?
Yeah, he was really good. He still has 131 OPS plus, but he was like batting 340 for a while.
Yeah,
and that was fun. But it's a little bit more down to earth. But good for Edmundo.
Did they ever call back up Johan Rojas? Or is David Dahl still there?
It's still over David Dahl. David Dahl's that's not the bad. He's actually doing pretty well. That's not a bad choice.
Well, but you're like Rojas and Ciani are like the same. It's like I don't know. I've started to really love the value of defensive center fielders.
Well, when you have a lineup that can hit as good as we can, you can afford to have a guy like that in center field.
Yeah.
The Phillies are the same way.
The West is the last division. This is kind of where it's like anything can happen in terms of like the wild card. Not the division leader, because obviously the Giants are going to win that. But the Rockies at 27 and what are they? 27 and 53. We don't even need to talk about the Rockies. They suck. Ezekiel Tovar is good, but besides that, that's it.
My thunder. Dang it.
Yeah. Like what? What do they got besides Ezekiel Tovar? Nothing.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of anybody else even on that team.
Ryan McMahon's not bad.
Yeah, Charlie Blackmon's cool. I always love Charlie Blackmon, but
Jacob Stallings is almost batting 300, which is kind of fun.
Wow. I just wish Charlie Blackmon would have got out of Colorado. But I know he wanted to be one of those players that stayed on the same team his whole life. I get it. But Charlie Blackmon, man, him and Trevor Story and Nolan Arenado were my favorite 3 players outside of St. Louis.
Diamondbacks. They're weird. They have a really good bullpen.
Diamondbacks are what, 39 and 41.
Their whole rotation's injured or sucks, and they can't really hit.
No, which sucks. It's that's crazy that the Rangers and the Diamondbacks just aren't good anymore. Like after 1 year, like they're just bad. At least it's good. That means we're gonna get 2 new teams in the World Series, which is cool. Always love that.
I have a feeling the Orioles, I don't know, they just feel like a World Series team. I hope they are.
The Orioles. That would be fun. The Giants too, like what are they? What are the Giants? 39 and 42. They're
ravaged
not that great.
by injuries though. I mean, like absolutely decimated by injury.
Yep. Same with the Marlins, I guess, but I guess they don't deserve to be talked about in the same way.
Bad. The Giants at least keep afloat. They've found like Elliot Ramos and folks like that, or Brett Wisely, that can actually contribute.
Yeah.
If somebody gets hurt, the Marlins just don't. They just didn't do
and
that.
the great starter of Jordan Hicks. It's been nice to see Jordan Hicks be good.
Has it though?
Yeah.
I mean, like, he wouldn't have done that here. Like, no. I don't know. I think it's cool for Jordan Hicks. We would not have paid him $11 million. I'm more shocked that Jordan Hicks is throwing 93, 94 than anything.
Well, I feel like as a starter, you gotta ramp back a little bit.
And that's the problem too. Is when he was a starter for the Cardinals, he was still throwing 98, 99, and they didn't tell him anything.
That's so, like, I don't. For you.
Yep. And then you got San Diego Padres 44 and 41. Luis Arraez is kind of just like, I'm kind of over Luis Arraez.
Yeah.
Like, I don't even know if he's doing good this year, Luis Arraez, but like, I'm just kind of over him, even if he is doing good. And I know people might say it's just because he's
a Hall of Famer in the 1960s.
Yeah, Arraez is hitting .310 again this year, but how many of his hits are singles again? Probably all of them.
Yeah, he has like no power whatsoever.
2 homers, 2 triples, and 15 doubles. So, yeah.
2 homers, 2 triples, 15 doubles. What's that? 19. So 19 out of his 100 and something hits are extra base hits. Yeah, see, like, I don't know. Like, I'm glad you hit singles and get on base, but here's the thing with the Rise. He's not fast. So it's like, if you get on base, what the fuck are you good for?
He gels well with the Padres, though. He fits good there.
Which, yeah, also, it's crazy that, like, Fernando Tatis is kind of just, like, not great. Like, he's not, I mean, he's good. Yeah, but he's good, but, like, should be better than he is this year. Because everybody wants to talk about how good Fernando is. I've never been a Tatis fan, but
Jackson Merrill's really good, too.
Yes.
Matt Waldron?
Tatis is 10-day IL.
Holy shit. Robert Suarez is insane.
They compared Tatis and Burleson today on the broadcast. It was very interesting because because Burleson they have the same amount of home runs, I think. Burleson has a higher average. I don't know. They were just comparing the two, and it was very similar. I mean, obviously, like, Tatis is better, but I will honor that Alec Burleson jersey for the rest of my life.
As you should.
I spent fucking $200 on that jersey. And everybody thinks I'm insane. They're like, just buy it off a China website. No, I'm not buying an Alec Burleson jersey off of a China website. No. Sorry. I will buy anybody else, but not the king himself.
Not your glorious king.
Yes. Not my glorious king, Alec Burleson. I will have him sign that jersey at some point. Because all my family was like, you're insane for buying or spending $300 on 2 jerseys. I'm like, well, they're like, it's not even signed or anything. I'm like, well, it will be. You just got to wait.
Trust the process.
Yes, trust the process. Trust the process. It will be signed. By next baseball season, I will have a signed Alec Burleson jersey and probably a signed Alec Burleson tattoo, if I'm being honest.
Oh.
I will probably make Alec Burleson sign somewhere on my body and go get it tattooed. Probably.
Go for it.
As you should.
I think that should be my first tattoo. Is an Alec Burleson.
You can get your Burleson tattoo, and Izzy can get his Vader tattoo.
Yeah, Izzy can just be showing me his ass the whole time while he's getting his fucking Vader tattoo.
I'll get Michael Ciani's last name tattooed on my forehead.
Oh my god.
We are.
You heard it here first, folks. We are doing a group tattoo session. It sounds like.
Yeah. We are at an hour and a half.
We are going to go to a tattoo shop and podcast from there.
That sounds like fun.
Yes.
Yep.
We are at an hour and a half already, huh?
We are.
Oh, dang, it's almost 2 o'clock too.
It
Holy
is.
crap.
10 minutes. Yeah, oh yeah. This is a midnight podcast situation here that we did today.
Well,
some people are very busy and we don't have a lot of time to do things. So I'm glad that we got together.
We've put in at our house, we've put 9 till 11, 9 a.m. to 11 p.m. the last 3 days. We've put 14-hour days in, so.
Yeah, and then he came home and just instantly hopped on a podcast. There you go.
Yep, and I'm going to go to bed and do it again tomorrow.
Applaud, get up for Josh Clooney, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, Josh.
I applaud you.
Josh.
We went to Home Depot yesterday. We had a gift card from our mortgage company, and we spent $1,800.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
That's what I was thinking. Like, holy shit. But it was fun. It's been good.
At least you're going to be moving in way quicker than you thought.
2 weeks tops. I think it'll be more like a week and a half. Once we get the floor down, we can do everything else while we're living there. So if the floor goes down Monday, I bet we're there Tuesday.
As long as you get a toilet down somewhere.
Well, that'll come after.
Well, just get a bucket.
We met the guy that we bought the house from today. Because he had a package shipped to the house still, and he came and picked it up. His last name's Garner.
Boo. Yeah, boo. Eureka guy. Please listen to this.
We don't have any gooey butter cookies here, so no one's going to be too intrigued.
I'm sorry that we also don't have like a heavy metal head-banging intro to our podcast.
We can make that happen. We could do some opera music.
Some opera music, huh? We should hire the Lindenwood acapella group to intro our podcast.
They'll probably get laid off before we ask them.
Oh, Lindenwood.
I think I'm gonna get laid off when that happens too.
Yeah, me too, honestly.
I don't know. I just want to enjoy summer. July and August are going to be fun because at least I'll be doing things. And
my baseball's gonna take up my entire July.
Oh yeah, I have to start sending you money too. That's unfortunate.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if I'm unfortunate.
Well, for me, not the other part, but really none of it's unfortunate.
For 2 trips, I think it was like right at $500.
It was $495. So yeah, you'll just get 500. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, no, it's gonna be fun. And then I'm supposed to turn around and go to Kansas City with, Grimace Shake guy.
I saw that on his story.
Yeah, I was hoping you did.
I saw that on the story too.
Grimace Shake. Okay.
I'm getting him to create graphics for us to post stuff on social medias though.
So you probably shouldn't make fun of his Grimace Shake.
Well, I hope it was good if you listen to this. I don't shout out, I guess. I don't know. But I feel like you're just supporting the Mets though. Like you can't make a Grimace Shake right now.
Teams rally around the randomest things, but Grimace is definitely that's up there.
Yeah, I mean, it's like with the Blues in 2019 when we rallied around Gloria. I mean, there's always just these random things.
I mean, we had the salsa with Matt Carpenter in 2018. I guess it's just whatever works.
Yeah. Friggin' hockey season, man. It's over.
I know somebody's going to be devastated about that.
The Florida Panthers. Oh my God! The Florida Panthers won the Stanley Cup. And the Arizona Coyotes officially moved to Utah. Did everybody see what their name is?
No.
Isn't it like the Utes or no? I'm thinking of
it's the Utah Hockey Club. That's their name for next season.
I hate that.
I don't that. They had the Utah Yetis was the front runner, and then all of a sudden they were like, "No, we're gonna go with the Utah Hockey Club." What? So, and they signed their first player today, Liam O'Brien. Apparently, his nickname is Spicy Tuna. Don't know why.
I think I'd change it.
Yeah, honestly. But I don't really care about hockey anymore. I haven't cared about hockey since April 11th when the Blues stopped playing it. Honestly, I've fallen in love with baseball so much, I probably won't care about hockey much longer. So,
I feel that.
I don't know. I think baseball is where it is. I watch so much baseball and care so much about baseball that
I've been kind of having withdrawals being at the house so much I haven't been able to watch. It's like, damn, what I'd
yeah, did
give
you
to
you
watch
miss you miss
an
Chip
Orioles
Carey's
Rays game.
you missed Chip Carey's Marcelo Zuna from the Braves
No, I
thing
saw it on
that he
Twitter.
did.
I heard that was so funny. That was so funny. I love that.
Like he's so Chip Carey's the greatest.
He really is. I like
Him,
him. He's fun.
him and Brad, they're great. I don't like Jim Edmonds, and I hope he doesn't ever come back after this year.
We're not getting any better than Chip Carey against the Reds at the end of May when Buck Farmer came in the game and he said, "Let's make Buck say E-I, oh no." And
Yeah, well, we get to face Buck Farmer hopefully tomorrow. We're playing the Reds
right.
again.
Dang it.
That's
Hopefully we can.
crazy. Oh
Is
my
is
god.
Buck Farmer still?
Yeah.
He's,
really
and then he
good.
told him. He told Brad, he's like, "Don't mess this one up. You mess up the letters, you're gonna be saying fuck Farmer, and that's not great." He's 33.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
ERA at 3, 27 strikeouts in 35 innings. Yeah, that is pretty good.
Buck Farmer. Well,
and he hasn't pitched a lot recently, so he's definitely going to be pitching probably tomorrow. Yeah, I'm excited to watch Buck Farmer tomorrow. I hope. Also, one thing before we end on, I love the Cardinals' new lineup.
Oh, with Nolan batting sixth?
Nolan Arenado batting sixth.
It's kind of
It
crazy.
is.
Yeah.
Well, he still sucks. Like, I don't think he got hit. Also, it was so infuriating to me today. Even though we won the game, he swung on a 3-0 pitch and popped up in foul territory.
Yeah, that checks out. That's a standard Nolan at bat nowadays.
Sounds about right.
Yeah.
Like, that's the one thing you just can't do. Like, nothing infuriates me more than somebody popping up to the catcher or popping up to the first baseman. Like, it makes me so mad every time.
I mean, it's
I agree.
at bat.
I mean, Burleson does it a lot, but I can't be mad at that guy. But, like, you know, everybody else that does it just annoying. But it's like, Arenado, like, what is he at? How many home runs has Nolan even hit this year? 3? Like I don't. Nolan.
I typed in S2EP1.
He's got 6.
6.
You were close.
6 home runs, 32 RBIs, and hitting .257 with a 94 OPS plus. That's just not good.
Yeah,
like
Sandblaster.
That's not good.
I agree. I think with people when they said we should just trade Goldschmidt and Arenado because our younger players are better.
Well,
not trade Arenado, but trade Goldschmidt at least. Because our younger players, Donovan and Burleson, Donovan is just that guy. But
I love Brendan Donovan.
I am hoping that coming up we can get some guests going on here.
I think the virtual option really opens up our playbook, if you will, for a wide variety of people. I mean, if we can get somebody willing, we can work with them. It's being online.
Absolutely.
I think that really makes things exciting. So
there will be
big things in the
in
works.
in person once a week starting late August. And I'm actually gonna keep a schedule to uploading episodes instead of just randomly uploading episodes. But yeah, we had 17 episodes and we had almost 600 downloads out of 17 episodes.
Not bad at all. Thanks to our viewers.
Yeah,
absolutely. We cannot thank you, viewers.
But I'm hoping to at least double that coming up, and that's why I really want to use social medias. And once we figure out this Discord stuff more and we mess around with it more, we'll get better and all that great
Absolutely.
stuff.
Absolutely.
Yeah. All right.
But it is 2 a.m. now, so
we'll wrap it up.
Yeah, I don't know about you guys, but I kind of got a ballpark to be at let's say 2:30 tomorrow.
I don't have a ballpark to be at.
I've got a house to be at 9. So
I mean, you're basically at a ballpark when you're at your house, though.
Yeah, I'm 0.6 of a mile from Cashapp.
Izzy, we're gonna come see you soon.
I'll walk there.
You need to.